Are skull cannons any good? Oh please, with a name like that, how can they not be good? Actually though, I found that they have the exact same force melee attack bug that I went over in my Iron Daemon video for patch 3.1. I've confirmed that they enter melee just fine if they're out of ammo. That's not a perfect solution because the Skullcannon regenerates ammunition while in melee. Isn't that interesting? Please like, subscribe, comment, and consider donating to my Ko-fi page. Last time a comment told me my music was too loud. I forgot to adjust it before my doctor's appointment that afternoon. See? Comments help. The Skullcannon is a very interesting demonic war machine. Its HP makes it seem flimsy at 4700 on Ultra, but 110 armor is pretty thick, and this goes with a base physical resistance of 20 and spell resistance of 25 per the whole corn thing. Speed is 68, which is pretty brisk. That's great because this thing actually fires! It's one of your precious few ranged units in the roster, and the only one if you don't have the Warriors of Chaos expansion, I think. All its attacks are flaming and magical, and for something that fires while moving, 380 range is ridiculous. There's a small explosion, but most of its damage is actually armor-piercing on impact. In melee, it's essentially a chariot with a 45 charge bonus, 18 melee defense, which is pretty bad, 30 melee attack, which is magical and flaming, and a pretty wide splash area and number of units damaged. Leadership is a decent 60, and this is a demonic unit. It'll crumble if its morale is shattered. It also features regeneration of HP and regeneration of ammunition while in melee. Cool features. So yeah, that's nice. What do you do with it? Since forced melee is bugged, on the open field you have to use it as an ultra-heavy skirmisher, buzzing the enemy and getting the best shots across units as you can get. You simply don't do enough damage to kill stuff properly. That's why I call it a skirmisher. You're extracting a blood tax before the main lines clash, like with your slow, try-hard Chaos Warrior infantry. All that armor, speed, and physical resistance makes it hard to snipe the Skullcannons. Once you've exhausted the ammo, which takes a little while, then you can use the Skullcannons to slam into the flanks and the back, assisting the main force. The question becomes, what can the enemy actually do about this? Does the enemy ignore you? Then you do, let's say, half your battlefield value before the main fight even begins. Your blood tax is paid. Everything else is just whatever we can get out of the Skullcannon. I got an early preview of this effect by getting one with a blood host, which is a matter of pure chance. A single Skullcannon won't change the tide of the battle on its own, it'll just hurt, and the enemy won't really do much about it. What about two Skullcannons? Will light cavalry or hounds try to chase you down? Will archers split off to try and shoot you to pieces? Will heroes and lords give chase? It's hard to say, but with so few ranged units available to you, and yes, I'm accounting for auxiliaries from your noble allies. It's an effect that you can't easily get with any other unit. That's because the Skullcannon has every business running away. The Skullcannon's job isn't to be the hero. It's to annoy, to disrupt, to break up, to whittle down. And once you regenerate your ammo in melee, there's no law that says you can't just pull out, drive around, do drive-by shootings, or just find a perch and open fire for a while. Rinse and repeat. You need to think like a predator, to deny the enemy the initiative, and to make him make a mistake. You are an opportunist, a vulture of the battlefield dressed up in steel. That is the zen of the Skullcannon. Oh, and also it's your only option to bust down walls and towers and sieges, so it's not like it's worthless there either. Keep that one in mind. One last thing, the damage profile of the Skullcannon's missile weapon is that of a mobile hell cannon that fires a flat trajectory like an ambar cannon. Given that, I think your ideal target is heavy cavalry. The AP hurts them, they'll lose models, and the problem of overkill damage on too few models is mitigated somewhat. Above all, your anvil units, the Chaos Warriors, don't require that much micromanagement. The Skullcannon gives you potential bang for your micro buck, raising the efficiency of your battlefield force. And even with force melee bugged, you still have the option of clicking past the enemy and just running a few unfortunate souls over. The Skullcannon always has right of way. Actually, its mass isn't crazy high like a skullcracker, but hey, take what you can get. You're a vulture! Take care and have fun lobbing skulls.